Hi everyone, so today we're going to take you through what a typical interview is like here at Camp Bow Wow with our new camper Jax. First things first, Jax of course had to sniff around and take in all the new smells, and then had to say hi to every member of our staff, which made us all so happy. We love saying hi to all the pups that come through the door. One of the first things we do when a dog comes in for their interview is we like to get to know them a little bit better, so we start by asking the pet parents questions about their dogs, such as have they been socialized before, what their play style is, have they ever been socialized in a group setting or play, are they vocal, etc. And the reason why we require every dog to go through an interview is we want to assess how well they will adapt to the active camp environment, and we really want to make sure that every pup feels welcome and comfortable here. And now it's time to take Jax back, so we will have one of our wonderful leads take his leash and walk him back to an empty play yard. Here they are walking past some of our cabins that our pups will stay in if they are overnight boarding with us. And now that we're headed into an empty yard, we just let Jax get familiar with the territory. And if you notice, we always have our doors open so that the dogs have access to both indoor and outdoor yards at all times. And now it's time to bring in another dog. So typically with interview dogs, we like to bring out a dog of the same sex first. As you can see, we got a tail wag, which is typically a good sign. We then do a butt sniff because it tells the dog the whole story about the other, and it can be a lot less intimidating than a face-to-face first interaction. Because this initial interaction went well, our staff felt comfortable enough to bring another dog into the yard. Typically, the second dog that is brought in will be of the opposite sex. They did some quick butt sniffs and immediately went into playing with one another, which is a great sign. The pups were having so much fun, as you can see, and enjoying the nice weather outside. When they came back in, we slowly introduced another dog into the yard. So if you notice, we bring dogs in one by one and slowly build a yard around the dog that is being interviewed. Again, this went great, so we brought in another pup, and after a couple more butt sniffs, it really just became one big puppy party. Everyone was getting along, the vibes were good, and so we decided to let Jax into the small dog yard where he will spend his time when he comes to doggy daycare. Once all the dogs were back in the smalls yard, we stayed and watched how Jax was doing with his transition, and he did amazing. He was just a super playful pup that wanted to be friends with everyone, so that was a great sign for us to go ahead and radio to our staff at the front desk to start going over the interview packet with the pet parents. That includes more information on pricing, different services, our monthly calendar, as well as a checklist that goes over all of our basic requirements and procedures here at camp. Because Jax did great, that meant he was going to stay at camp for a minimum of 3 hours that day. We do this just so the dogs get used to being at camp in a group play environment. And before the pet parents leave, we like to point out the cameras we have at camp, which are all located throughout the yards and can be accessed to our pet parents during our open hours. And that is it. Thanks so much for coming along with us for a camper interview.